Living near an HBCU increases black wealth? The data just proved something bigger. Let me start with something simple. What if I told you that just growing up in the same county as an HBCU can increase your chances of economic success? Not attending it, not graduating from it, just being near it. That's not opinion, that's data. Now, before we even get into the numbers, one of the founders of this platform, BWO, is a proud Hamptonian. And if you know anything about Hampton University, you already understand the culture, the network, the expectation. So this isn't abstract for us. This is lived experience meeting data. A new study out of the University of Illinois looked at this exact question. What happens to black children who grow up near an HBCU? Here's what they found. Black children in those areas were 7 percentage points more likely to graduate college and moved up in income rankings compared to peers elsewhere. Let me repeat that. Just proximity to an HBCU changes life outcomes. And here's where it gets interesting. Because those same children often had access to other universities nearby. But the effect only showed up with an HBCU. Not just college presence, HBCU presence. So what does that actually mean? It means this isn't just about education. It's about environment. Black professors, black professionals, black students, black excellence. Visible, local, accessible, that changes. Expectations, behavior networks, and ultimately, outcomes. This is where BWO comes in. Because what this study is really proven is something we've been saying. Black coalescing is not optional. It's strategic. When black people are geographically connected, institutionally aligned, culturally reinforcing one another, economic outcomes improve. And let's take it a step further. This isn't just about income, this is about wealth formation pipelines. Because what an HBCU creates is professional networks, mentorship, ecosystem, social capital. And social capital is one of the biggest drivers of economic mobility. And here's the part that doesn't get discussed enough. These institutions were built under constraint, segregated funding, limited resources, systemic barriers, and yet they are still producing measurable economic lift. So now the question becomes, what happens if that model is scaled? What happens if investment increases proximity, increases institutional density, increases? Because the data is already telling us location plus community equals economic mobility. So this isn't just a study about education, it's a study about proximity, community, intentional alignment, and ultimately, ownership of economic outcomes. Because the takeaway is simple. When black institutions exist and black people are near them, the numbers move. And maybe that's not a coincidence. Maybe that's a blueprint.